Welcome to CITAM ChurchOnline. This is Karita Mbagara. I'm the Deputy Bishop of Christ is the Answer Ministries. Today, I want to talk to us about true repentance. We know that when we come to God, the first thing He requires of us is to have a clean heart. It is what endears us before Him. It is what allows us to have communion with Him. And He is able to, not just that He is able, but He chooses to listen to us and to do the things that we need to do with Him. But many of us do not understand what true repentance is. I want to say that recently I was considering Psalm 51 and I learned something new. In that psalm, we find that David is repenting about his sin of having taken Uriah's wife, killed Uriah. There were many sins. He had killed Uriah, he had slept with his wife, and he had hidden it. All those were sins. But when he was confronted, he now comes to God in repentance. But what is interesting is that he does not mention either having killed Uriah. He doesn't say, God, forgive me for killing Uriah. He doesn't mention, God, forgive me for sleeping with Uriah's wife, or any of those sins. He just says, as we read, and I know that there are many things that he says, have mercy on me. But in verse 10, which is what I want to emphasize, he says, create in me a clean heart, O God, and a right spirit within me. Cast me not away from your presence, and take not your spirit from me. Restore to me the joy of your salvation, and uphold me with your willing spirit. What David is saying, I want a new heart. I have a heart that is wrong. I have a heart that is, away from God. It has innate a tree that is bearing wrong fruit, that is causing me to do all the things that I have done. So what needs to happen is a reworking of my heart. I want you to farm my heart and remove all the weed, remove all the trees that are growing and that are producing rottenness in terms of sin. And he is telling us, just like when you remove fruit, which, from a tree, it doesn't change the tree. The tree remains. If it was a mango tree, if you remove all the mangoes from it, it still remains a mango tree with the capacity to bear the fruit. He recognizes that also by just mentioning the sins, forgive me for what I did yesterday or what I did the day before, that will not change his circumstances. He says, God, deal with the root issue. And the root issue is that my heart is not right. That is what we need to do, to ask God to change our hearts, to transform us. Because when He transforms our hearts, then we will not sin against Him. True repentance is a change of heart. It's also a changing of the attitude that we have. And I am here to tell you, may God help you and me to ask Him to work at our hearts so that we may enjoy good relationship with Him, because that's what He desires for each one of us. May the Lord bless you as you do this, and then you will enjoy the grace of God even as you relate with Him. God bless you and have a great time.